Well, good afternoon and welcome to Daryllorette's Cafe. I'm your host, Darylorette. Wow, I am exhausted. Well, around noontime, after I had lunch, I got a message from Purelator that I ordered a couple of days ago. I ordered some ink for my printer, so they told me it would only take 2 business days. So that's all it took. So I decided instead of waiting until Monday, because they were only going to hold it for until the 20th, that I better go down there and get it today. So I took my camera, my digital camera, and I had to go all the way. First I had to go buy some bus tickets because I was out of bus tickets, and then I had to walk down to Barton in Ottawa to catch the bus, which took me all the way down to I had to go down to Warrington Avenue, which is way in the East End, off of Barton Street. Was not Barton, but well, you had to go. The bus is Barton Street bus goes all the way down to Stony Creek. That's the East End of Hamilton. That's what they call the East End of Hamilton. So I had to go all the way down there, and it's a pretty long bus trip. And then after I get off at I think it's Lake Avenue or something like that, I had to walk down. I had to walk down a couple of. Well, I had a good walk before I actually reached Warrington Street, I believe it's called, and then I had to walk to the end of that street to get to the Purelator building where they're located in order to pick up my ink cartridges. I had bought 2 black and two color. So on my way down there, once I got down there, I managed on the way down and on the way back, I managed to take 18 photos, which is a record so far for me. So when I got back, I first thing I think I did was I uploaded all my photos to Facebook and Flickr, so I could get a look at them to see if they turned out okay. Because every time I'm starting to get used to taking a photo in this right in the direct sunlight, and then I just have to maybe duck into some shade to get a better look to see whether or not it turned out or not. So, but they all turned out pretty good. I mean, it was a really bright sunny day today, so it was pretty good for taking pictures. I got some nice shots of the sky meeting the earth. Those sort of skyward. I kind of just tilted the camera up a little bit to get a good chunk of the sky in a few shots, because it was some nice cloud formations and whatnot. So and there was some. I had about 3 different shots of some Canada geese grazing in the grass right in front of the Purelator building, and I got some pictures of different plants, different colored plants. There were some like purple, little tiny purple flowers and whatnot. Interesting stuff. I managed to go down into this industrial area and find green grass and purple flowers and Canada geese, and I took some interesting shots of and views of the various roads that I walked down. Every shot you see, if you go up to Flickr or on Facebook and you look at the photos, all those shots of the roads, except for the one I took a couple of shots at the bus stop. When I got down to catch the bus to go down there, the bus was right there waiting, and so I was lucky enough, because I was going to take some photos at the bus stop down at Ottawa and Barton, but instead I didn't have to wait, so I didn't get the chance to take any photos down there. So at the other bus stop at the other end on the way back, I decided to take a shot going further east and then take a shot going west. So I got a couple of shots down at the bus stop. and then on the way back I think I took at least one photo. So altogether I managed to take 18 photos, which is not bad for an outing like that. Nice sunny day, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. So I got my ink and I put it in my printer and tested it, made sure that it was working. My biggest worries are always that they're going to send me the wrong thing, and then you got to send it back. But they know what kind of printer I got, so they know what kind of ink I need, so that shouldn't be a problem. So, but I always worry about it nonetheless. But everything's okay now. I got ink to last me for at least hopefully 6 months to a year, maybe longer if I'm lucky. Actually, I bought some. According to the guy who sold me the ink on the, I couldn't find it on their website, so I had to call in and place an order on the phone. And so I went from I got a better quality ink. That's what I'm trying to say. And so he said this was a better quality ink and it would last longer. So I said, why not? What the hell? So I got some better quality ink according to the company I bought the computer and whatnot from. So anyway, that was my afternoon. After working out today and doing all that, I had to go way the heck down to the east end of Hamilton, and I thought I better make it worth my while, so I took my camera with me because that's what I want to do. One of the last times I was down there, right across the street from the Pure Later building where you go in to pick up your parcels and whatnot, there's a highway, and one of the last times this past summer when I was down there, I had to pick up, I think it might have been my webcam when I went down to pick up that. I had to, I witnessed there was a truck stalled on the highway, and it was caught on fire, and it was burning for quite a while, and there was a lot of fire and a lot of smoke, and the fire department took a while before they got there, and when they finally got there, they were a little nervous because it was right smack dab in the middle of the road. And I didn't stick around to watch and see them put it out or not, but I had wished I was telling the woman down there, because I recognized her, if she remembered the last time I was down there, and the fire, that the vehicle that was on fire right across the street, and she had remembered. So I said to her, I wish I had brought a camera with me that day, because that would have made for some interesting photographs. So anyway, I guess that's going to be it for me today. I didn't get much blogging done today because I spent a good 2 hours. It was a 2-hour trip down and back to pick up my ink for my printer. So I'll have to get caught up tomorrow on my blogging and whatnot, which is no big deal. It happens. I mean, I was going to take the weekend off just to go to work if I would have got hired for that photo double job that I was submitted for there the other day. So anyway, that's it for me for today. This is Daryl Lorette here at Daryl Lorette Cafe, wishing you a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.